Yo guys, what's up? It's Alex from GMG Studio. This is the next episode of our OKR tracking app for Android with really high quality code and some great architecture, which will help you to learn Android and build really high quality apps. In this episode, we will build the architectural foundation. First, we will start with the obvious part, which even Google asks us to do, and then we will dive a bit deeper. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. But now, let's start. Most app developers know that you should use 3 layers when building an app: UI, domain and data. UI is everything the app shows to you. The views and view models are in this layer. Domain is actually an optional layer, but well, I love it, so I use it. In the domain layer we have our domain models and interactors or use cases. I always use one interactor for each screen, and the interactor combines multiple repositories, decides which error to pass to the view model, etc. The view model only talks to his interactor. And data. In data you have your repositories which are responsible to get and save data from a database or your API. The most important thing is that UI is only allowed to import domain, and domain is only allowed to import data. If you don't have a domain layer, UI imports data directly. But you are never allowed to import the other way around. So if domain has to import UI, something is terribly wrong. It is pretty easy if you understood the concept, but at the beginning it might be a bit confusing. For more information, just take a look at the official Android developer documentation. I will link it for you in the description. And now let's take a step back and think about it. The idea between the UI, domain and data layers is actually really good. It forces us to structure our code, and if something is wrong we will notice it, because we are not allowed to import UI into data, for example. And if we want, we can just swap the layers. If we need a whole redesign, we'll just replace the UI layer. Maybe we have to make some changes in domain and data as well, but the changes shouldn't be that big. But there's a huge problem. Imagine you build something really big like Spotify or Instagram. You want to share UI components, domain logic or whole features with other apps because they could use it as well. Maybe you can because your code is structured perfectly, but I noticed that many professionals or even senior developers are not able to structure their code so they can just share the feature that is needed.
Emotional damage!
So we will force us to do so by splitting our main app into packages, and we will start easy. Let me explain. This is how our app would look like with the easy architecture. And this is how we will build it. So we will cut our app into different features or stuff like UI components, logger and so on, and our OKR tracking app is a container which includes those packages. And if we want to share our UI components or feature, we can just put the package to GitHub. And this is how easy it is to create a new package with Android Studio. Because the package is under com.gmg Studio, it has also to start with com.gmg Studio, and we will add UI components. Then we will create a new file, we'll just make a readme.md file. If you make packages, make sure to always include a readme file. It just makes it so much easier. And this is how you make new packages with Android Studio. Guys, I hope you understood why we want to build our app this way and not just one big app with UI, domain and data. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments.
Like the video if you liked the video, dislike the video if you disliked the video, subscribe if you want to be notified on our future content. We are also on Instagram and Facebook. Feel free to follow us there as well. And have a great day. Start creating, stop consuming.